Good afternoon, everyone. We're gonna talk about coagulation cascade. The coagulation cascade, also known as the clotting cascade, is a series of biochemical reactions that leads to the formation of a blood clot. Um, the coagulation cascade involves the activation of a series of clotting factors. Ang clotting factors po is pinoproduce ng ating liver. So, ang clotting factors is serine protease. Ang serine protease po is enzyme that speeds up the breakdown of another protein. And ang ating coagulation cascade is composed of two major pathways and the coagulation factors. There are 13 coagulation factors from 1 to 13. So, ang dalawang major pathways natin is the intrinsic and the extrinsic. So, magmi-meet sila sa common pathways. Pero before that, i-ano muna natin yung mga characteristics. Identify muna natin yung characteristics and kung ano yung mga pathways. So, there are three groups of factors. The prothrombin, fibrinogen, and the contact group. The prothrombin group composed of 2, 7, 9, and 10. The fibrinogen group, on the other hand, is 1, 5, 8, and 13. The contact group is 7, 12, and 11. So this is the coagulation pathways. Extrinsic pathways, which compose of the tissue factors and 7. While the intrinsic pathways is composed of 12, 11, 9, and 8. The common pathways is 10, 5, 2, and 1. So, ang extrinsic pathway po is based on its name, sa labas po siya. Ma-activate po siya by the tissue damage without the blood vessel na hindi damage. Sa intrinsic naman po is the damaged blood vessels. It composed of the damaged endothelia and the damaged platelets. So, sa intrinsic po, ang lab test na ginagamit natin is the PTT or the partial thromboplastin time. So, para ano po natin siya, matandaan, ang mnemonics po natin for PTT is play table tennis. So, kasi saan po tayo naglalaro ng table tennis? Sa loob po, 'di ba? And sa extrinsic naman po is PT. So, proton beam time. Ang mnemonics po is play tennis. Saan po naglalaro ng tennis? Sa labas, extrinsic pathway. So, ang intrinsic pathway po, ayan po. Mag-i-start po sa factor 12. Sa factor 12 po, ito po yung inactivate version, hindi pa po siya activated. So, kapag po na-come across siya sa damaged blood vessel, ang mangyayari po is ma-activate siya. And kapag na-activate na po siya, may A po siya sa dulo, small a, which means activated na siya. Ang activated factor 12 po, siya po ang mag-a-activate sa factor 11. And kapag na-activate po ang factor 11, i-activate niya rin po yung factor 9. Pero kailangan niya po ng tulong ng calcium. Ano pong ginagawa ng yung calcium po, yung hindi po magka-clot ang isang dugo kung walang calcium. So, na-activate na po yung factor 9. Ang gagawin niya po, i-activate niya na po yung factor 10. Pero before that, kailangan niya po ng tulong ng tatlo po. Ang factor 8, calcium, and vitamin K. So, ano pong ginagawa ng vitamin K? So, kina-carboxylate niya po yung factor 9 para maging negatively charged. Way naman po, it composed of tissue factors and factor 7. Kapag po nag-meet yung tissue factor, ang mangyayari po, i-activate ng tissue factor ang factor 7. Kapag na-activate niya po 'to, puwede pong i-activate ng tissue factor 7 ang factor 10. Pero kailangan niya rin po ng tulong ng T and vitamin K. Ang complex po nila is tissue factor, factor 7 complex. And yung kapag activated na po yung factor 10, ang mangyayari po, puwede niya pong i-activate ang prothrombin. Ang tulong ng vitamin K, calcium, and factor 5. So, ang prothrombin po, ang isa niya pong name is factor 2. And kapag na-activate, ang tawag na po sa kanya is thrombin. And yung thrombin niyang i-activate ang fibrinogen. Ang fibrinogen po is ang factor 1. Inactive po siya. Lahat po ng may O-gen, O-G-E-N sa dulo, it means inactive po. And 'pag naging activate na po siya, 'pag na-activate na po, ang magiging fibrin na po siya. Ang fibrin po, yun po yung nagfo-form ng clot. And bago siya mag-form ng clot, kailangan niya po ng factor 13. Yung factor 13 po, i-a-allow niya po yung clot to cross-link para may stable po siya, fibrin clot. Yun lang po. Thank you po.